Actually, we parked in handicap at our favorite bar the other day.
Maybe those people took it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even think
Wait
about
a
it.
second.
Yeah. You know, one of the topics that I have on today's show is the future of AI and everything like that. And I was thinking to myself when I got my new biosensor on my arm.
Whoa,
Wow. And it's like, I can't remember if we were having like a conversation in the office or something else. And it was kind of like just being kind of cyborgy, you know, and like
you are
things,
a robot.
we are a robot, and like you know, all these things that are automated. It's interesting because I keep seeing these ads for these AI assistants, right? And I'm like think about what you're doing today. Like what's going on?
You just have like a little crumb on you. He was just eating popcorn.
Popcorn.
AI assistants. There are ads.
No
everywhere.
food in the studio, please.
Seriously. Oh, we got an escapee.
Yeah,
Hello,
it's so
Pep
fine.
Pep.
It's because you left the door open, I think.
I didn't. I shut it.
It's okay. We got a little Frenchie in the studio today. She can walk around. She's literally going after the crumbs that you just knocked off my shirt.
Probably. She heard me. She heard me say popcorn.
So hey, how do you feel today? How do you feel this week?
So much better. Oh my God, I was dying. Sorry about last week. Everyone who listened, I was just like literally
were probably
on my way to my deathbed.
Well, what's interesting is like you were on a downward death spiral.
I was,
and we didn't really know what it was. I was just like, "Are you really tired? Like, what's going on?"
That morning,
and then you literally got sick. Like it was like you went
like that
home.
morning, I hadn't felt great, and that night was like the worst. So during, like, you guys all like witnessed.
We literally watched the spiral. We literally watched everything go down.
Yes, it was intense. But no, I'm feeling great, and I didn't mean to interrupt you about your AI assistants because there is tons of talk about just having some sort of AI tool. I mean, literally answer the phone and
right.
Make
and we are
appointments
actually getting ready to do that for the front end of our websites. And so right now you can submit forms and stuff, but we're actually integrating an AI chat that is detailed based off of everything that we do here. So if someone comes there, they can have a full conversation and then even book and then send a Calendly link directly in the chat for them to click and book something.
It's absolutely insane. Like that's a position when you think about like receptionist, customer service, whatever it may be. I mean, you're paying that person. Well, it used to be $30-something thousand a year. Now you've got to make them an hourly employee because you're not going to pay them $60,000 as a salaried employee, but it's just crazy.
Well, and the thing is that even the best receptionists don't really have a good understand. Well, I'm being very general, right?
Any receptionist that we've probably worked with in the past, they haven't had to have the skill set to understand the business,
to understand what the business is and what we can do, etc. But these AI agents, we literally feed it documentation, and they literally know what we can do.
Yeah,
it's literally like me. It's an extension.
Literally. You just said literally.
Literally.
Top tip: if he's excited about something, he says literally like 20 times.
I repeat my words over and over again.
Yeah.
I don't. Is there actually a word? It's not dyslexia, but it's like where I repeat or slur maybe or stumble or. No, it's not a condition. I can't claim that.
You don't have anything.
Can I get another
You're okay.
Someone stole the handicap sticker off the golf cart.
Oh my gosh, that was insane. By the way, he had a handicap sticker because of the whole.
Look. A couple years ago, I literally.
I think we've shared this.
Yeah, I ruptured my colon, and it was a big thing. It was a year.
It's a massive thing. Yes.
One of the fun benefits was I applied for a handicap sticker.
Yeah.
Like I could walk just fine, but I'm like, you know what? If I'm going to walk around and live with this condition for a little bit, I would like to get a handicap. So I got a temporary handicap sign.
Yeah.
And because we live downtown, and that sticker, I probably could have got it renewed. You just get your doctor to sign off on it.
Look, there's healthy veterans with handicap.
Absolutely.
People that are walking and talking, it can be a mental thing, and they let you park up front.
Well, and that's the thing is people would look at me, and what they didn't realize is that I had a hidden disability, what they call a hidden disability.
Right.
It's not apparent what it is because they look at me and be like, hey, you look great. But it's like, no, I actually have a huge opening in my stomach.
Yeah, you had an ostomy.
Yeah.
And so it's crazy because there are some people that are super judgmental. We parked in handicap at our favorite bar the other day.
Maybe those people took it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even think about it.
Wait a second.
Yeah. Maybe those people came out.
Wait, no,
It was
we
still
weren't
there.
No, we weren't in the golf cart because we brought the baby.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We were in the
Okay,
car.
sorry. We were just
Okay.
having this epiphany moment because
We did park because we have the baby.
Okay, normally
we parked up close at our little
normally we drive the
gastropub
golf
around
cart.
the
We
corner.
are not that irresponsible parents yet. We're not driving our child on a golf cart until she's at least 3 months.
I mean, at least 3 months, right?
But anyway, we went to our favorite bar, and we do have a specific parking spot, which happens to be handicapped
That we parked the golf cart in.
and every time. And we drove
Because we have a handicap sign.
We drove. Well, it's expired, and
doesn't
this
matter.
is the bane of my existence. I told them we can't use it, but anyway. So we drove the car the other day, and I mean, when I tell you these people were looking at us,
They gave
it was
us
a
the
couple of
stink eye,
older women, and they were just
and we were
having
getting the
a
baby
moment.
out, and they were just
Yeah.
like, and they kept stop looking like, are they really going to park there? And it's like, first of all, there's a million open spots.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. If it's busy,
It's
we
late
would
at
not-
night.
Yeah.
You know.
But
I
anyway,
don't see handicapped
so we
people
were just
coming
having
in for
this
a late night
epiphany
drink.
going, oh my God, was it these older women staring at us? And then they came over and took it, but we did not have the golf cart.
We did not have
that
the golf
night.
cart. So I realized,
Which made it even worse. We didn't
Yeah.
even have our expired thing. We just parked there anyway.
So I'm not exactly sure at what point, because I actually don't park in a handicap spot very often.
No, I never do.
Yeah,
I
so
haven't since
I think
it
someone
expires.
just saw
I'm
it
not a
and they
very big
just
rule
grabbed
follower,
it.
but when it comes to the law and taxes, I'm like, let's.
Yeah, you are pretty straight laced.
Like I will break every rule that like anyone makes up in life or like a corporation or anything like that. But if it's the law,
yeah,
you bet your ass I'm following the
yeah,
rules.
you're pretty good with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You know,
does
one of
Uncle
the-
Sam say this is okay?
Yeah. Well, it's so funny because I read in the news about how they're cutting like the staff at the IRS and everything else, and all I can think about is, woo,
Oh my God. Less people to look at.
less people to catch my stuff.
Oh God.
I'm walking the gray line, folks. We're walking the gray
God.
line.
I am not. By the
I've
way,
had a business partner.
We
I'm not
are
joking.
married, filed separately because I refuse to even have my name on his taxes.
First of all, you know what's really funny, and I think a lot of business owners will. So when I started the property management company, and I brought on a partner, and he was 20 years older than me, CPA, and had come from the multifamily industry, and so I had talked him into joining and becoming employee number 2 in our property management company, which we grew to 800 units, by the way. I mean, it was very successful. And so when I'm interviewing him, we're talking and stuff, he goes, how do you feel about the gray line? And I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, well, we need to have 2 sets of books. He goes, we have the books that we report and we have the books that are the real thing. And what he was saying is that if you
Seems real. See right there, I'd be like, I'm gonna need to find.
I
I'd be
was like, where do I
gray-
sign? You're on
know.
board.
I'd be like, gray line. If it's white and black, you tell me which side is good. I'm guessing white. I'm over there.
But what he meant by that, and what he was saying is that there's a lot of owner benefit that you get inside of a company. Things that now that's going to reduce your profitability. So you have a set of books that you would say bring in and be like, hey, I'm super profitable, blah, 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 blah. And then you have another set of books that you're really just clean up. And I say 2 sets of books. It's just the way that you interpret the data. It's not like we had
And
2
here's the
logins
thing.
with 2 different things.
There are a lot of things that are up for interpretation. Like if you're a 1099 contracted employee, if you're a realtor and you're working out of your house, like you're claiming square footage in your house as office space.
I mean, you could do that.
No,
But
people
here's the thing.
do that.
You have a cell phone, right?
Right.
You're using that cell phone for your business. Yeah, you do some personal with it, but if it's
everybody
provided
does.
by the business,
Absolutely.
it's what you do.
Absolutely.
Car insurance, like there's just so many little things that add up that you can that are business expenses, true business expenses.
Yeah.
That's the benefit of having an LLC. And for those people who are basically making money, putting it under their name, you do not have the write-offs. You don't have a write-off for your phone until you get that business entity. So a lot of people actually should do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I am so excited that you're feeling good today. I feel like the
know.
energy level's back up.
It was
It's
real rough
exciting.
last week. I was trying. But what was I going to say? Was that it about your AI assistants? Just that like we're...
I just had a note, just the Horizon AI business operations. We're launching one of our soft products in the community area management space. It's got some AI components, and we're
Nice.
leveraging a lot of that. And so, it just seems to be a hot ticket item. But the more I see for ads, I go, golly, I wonder how much this actually benefits we're doing it programmatically to do some amazing things. I am curious how much it affects the normal person who like just has a shop or something like that, like what they're doing with AI to do it. We have a great friend who runs an AI company, and he's doing some great things. I wish I had more time
to look into it further.
literally to just listen to his podcast.
Yeah.
Like I love
Well, don't
learning.
start putting it on your drive to work.
I
love time in the car to listen to a podcast.
Well, you know what? The time in the car has actually become the only time that I have to jam to some music.
Oh, okay.
And
you need that time. Yeah.
yeah.
Some release. I just drove
you
in
don't
the
like
car
my-
ride
my-
here.
my
No.
hardcore music.
No. It's like 10 o'clock at night. He's showering, and Stone Temple Pilots is like
No, that's like
Alice in Chains.
No, that's like we're talking like Five Finger Death
Five
Punch,
Finger Death
Stained,
Punch. Oh my gosh.
some
whatever.
other things.
You know, I had moments when I was younger. You know,
I'm still young.
good for you. No, I just drove here. I like listening to podcasts in the car, but my podcast that I was attempting to listen to on the way here was ruined because Abigail, our daughter, was.
Are they
making
giving
some noise.
updates on the
I hit,
show
like,
right now? Like, is she like doing commentary, or they just do not talk about Summer House at all?
Oh, so my favorite podcast is Giggly Squad, and he's asking because
Paige
they
is
come
on there.
from this reality TV show called Summer House.
I think she doesn't talk about it at all.
No, she doesn't. And she doesn't really talk about Giggly Squad at all while she's on Summer House, but she doesn't watch the show back. It's like she lived the moment. She doesn't care.
Yeah, that's her line. Whatever.
It's true.
You know what? It is true because I never watch a podcast.
We used to.
I used to in the beginning when it was like I wanted to
but
understand.
like you move on in life. It's like,
But
we're
now
having the
it's just
conversation.
saying a bunch of random stuff.
Yeah.
and
It'll be
everything.
nice to look back
Speaking
one day
of
at some of
random
the shorts.
stuff.
We like the shorts.
No, we do this for the shorts.
Yeah.
We do this to get the little quirks and the little things, and people can understand who we are, and and also it's an opportunity for Maria to basically put what.
Well, I'm just wondering if you asked to have this pen before we started just to hold it.
No,
wide
I wrote
open.
something over here.
Okay.
And I you're right. I am holding it like I'm giving a lecture and I'm about to make some notes on something. So
You said you were talking about Maria.
yeah, Maria. The shorts are an opportunity for her to pull little things in and gifts and overlay pictures.
I
and
know,
stuff.
and
It's
it's
like my
funny.
favorite thing when
Yeah.
she does that.
The overlays.
That's my most favorite thing.
Yeah,
to
it's
do.
quite funny.
Yeah, it is quite funny.
I know.
I enjoy it.
But last night, before we move on to anything business, you really stepped it up. You came home. You went grocery shopping. It's like
Okay.
here we.
So here's the reason. Okay, you want me to drop the truth serum, the truth bomb?
Yeah.
I actually feel really good. I just said I got this new sensor and it monitors
It's-
my glucose
yes,
levels,
his
and I've been
glucose.
eating super healthy, and I just felt good.
Good.
Like
What do you mean truth serum? There's nothing wrong with that.
I know. I was trying to scare you a little bit.
He went to the grocery store. Well, first, it is quite funny, and you know what? To each their own. We are not judging. There has certainly been nights where dinner has been more difficult, but like we kind of laugh at we're foodies. We've always like if we're gonna cook at home, we're gonna cook fresh. We're gonna go to the grocery store that night. And so many people told us like, "Oh, you just wait. You're not gonna be going to the grocery store daily when you have a baby." Oh. We prepped it's like doomsday prep. They're making like,
Yeah.
casseroles, and people are bringing over food.
There's
and
like a food
lasagnas.
train for the people.
People have frozen pasta dishes in there, and they're prepping to
Do you
like
think it's
have a
because
child.
typically in a lot of couples, there's only one person that really cooks, and so that's the reason why they have to do those things? Because you and I both cook.
Yeah, I do the majority.
You do the majority of the cooking, but
yes.
I can step up in
but
an instant.
But last night, yes, you did step up. But it's just funny because we have continued to like grocery shop on a daily basis. But there is that balance of someone's got to be home or we've got to get to the store or whatever. So do we have time for that? And what are we
Right.
making? But last night you went to the store and you literally came home and you were like, okay, I'm going to make a 5-course tapas menu. And I was like, what? Like on a Wednesday? But
Well, and it was based off of a restaurant we haven't been to recently.
Yes,
which
we've
is one of
missed our date
favorites.
nights
It's a little
going
tapas
out.
place.
and
I wanted to kind of recreate some of our favorite dishes that I thought I could do on my own.
so you did amazing. Tapas is Spanish, little appetizers. But what's amazing about it is that it's actually a lot of like very simple, fresh ingredients thrown together.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to go to a restaurant and be like, we can order all these different things. I mean, if you're getting multiple dishes, there's lots of ingredients involved. Like you bought a lot of stuff last night and you made it happen. Like you are like a robot. I always say you do better on the cooking competitions than me because you're like good at timing.
I do think I do because I take the time into account and you are much more about the flavor.
You're like very
but
quick.
my plate would make the shelf.
The platform. Yeah, for sure.
It would make the platform.
Yeah, no. And I'd be the girl that's like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I didn't know the platform was coming. We're talking about Next Level Chef, which is an amazing show.
That show.
It's so good. But anyway.
Actually, Bobby Flay is my favorite.
Oh, yeah, that's good too. But you made this course last night. We had like chorizo and peppers and onions. We had some asparagus. We did like a chicken garlic dish.
Scampi.
Yeah, you made a salad. So it was like all these little things, but it's perfect because it was bite-sized. Sometimes you make a salad, it's huge, or you make, but you're really like, okay, here's 4 bites of chicken. And I love the concept. It's like these little things come out. It allows for you to do great portion control. Your body like mentally is cognizant of filling up before you just eat an entire plate of like food and you feel so stuffed. And so it is interesting, just the different cultures surrounding food. And I love the Spanish culture and the tapas. And
I love the grilled cheese at that place.
Yeah.
I should have made the grilled cheese. But the key there is the
You're
bread.
trying not to
No,
have the bread.
we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
But imagine if we added the chorizo to that. Remember when we got that with the chorizo in it? We were like, whoa.
Yeah, because I did make it at home once with the
I'm like, my
Calabrian
mouth's
chili.
watering for 2 reasons. One, I ate my vegetables for this morning before the podcast.
I've been making
and I
them
have
eat
leftovers because I brought the peppers and chorizo and the chicken as my
so
lunch
now you
here.
get to eat it. Yes.
And I'm just thinking about it now, and I'm like,
but it was very nice of you, and you are very robotic in the kitchen. So
I feel like I'm much higher than you today.
you are. Your chair's always up really high. That's okay.
There we go. Just a little bit down.
Just a little bit.
A little bit down. I'm gonna get down to your level. Okay, I have a funny story to share.
Okay.
So we shipped out another pallet.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
With Dusted this week. So
You
this is
drove
our
the 4
this is our third or second.
I don't know. Tell your story.
Anyway, we needed a pallet jack, and so
sorry, random. Is that our extra pallet outside? Is that ours in the grass?
It's actually the one that I got down the street, but it's the wrong size, and I felt bad telling him no, so I just took it.
Oh, so where'd you get the other pallet?
I stole that one
from
just someone.
Oh, okay.
I found it.
Well,
I found it near the road, so I took it.
Why don't we put the other one in the? We don't need it.
No, we're gonna get rid of it.
Okay, we're having a whole pallet conversation here. So we had a pallet going out the door.
Anyway, so we needed to get a pallet jack, and long story short, with I decided to pick this up at Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight, great place to get tools, low cost. I think everything comes
literally
from.
Never heard
It's basically
of it.
like Harbor Freight is like a Northern Tool.
Okay.
And a Northern Tool is kind of like a Lowe's, but just with like work things, like not like all the little stuff.
Got it.
It's just like a man's place to get
a man's
equipment.
store.
Yeah, or a woman's. Anyways, so
Not me.
I literally go in there and I grab the ticket off the shelf, and obviously this thing's on the big shelf. You can't lift it; it's 100 pounds. So I take it to the front. I go, hey, it says take one. So I go, I guess I bring this to you, and she goes, oh. Anyway, this woman starts going in like full on conversation with me about, well, just because there's a ticket there doesn't mean we might have it. These things fly off the shelf here, and I'm like, but that one's on the shelf. She goes, but that one we can't sell that one. Like that's the display. Can't let that one go. It's up there for a reason. And she's nice, very nice person. And she goes, and I can't remember what led to it but she goes, you know what you can do? You can go online and you can make a request. And you know what? I have seen these requests go through. She goes, just the other day. And I actually got this pencil. She goes, just the other day, a guy was checking out, and this is a square pencil. So anyone who knows a carpenter pencil, that's square. Yes, you've never seen a carpenter pencil.
No.
And she goes, this guy, he was checking out,
How
and
do
he
you
goes,
sharpen
he goes, you sell the pencils, but you don't sell the sharpeners. And
Which, by the way, you need a special sharpener. This thing is...
you sharpen these with a knife.
What?
If he was a man, he would have known, like at any person. I've known this since I was 3 years old.
Okay.
That you take a pocket
Your
knife.
grandfather was very handy.
My grandfather, like you take a knife and you whittle this down, and then that's your thing. You don't carry a pencil sharpener in the field. Your carpenters don't carry pencil sharpeners. They carry knives.
Well, I guess
and
if
they
you're
use
a
those
woodworker,
knives
you know how
to shake these.
Okay.
Anyway, so I sit there and I go, I looked at her just like when I sit there. I go, did he know he's supposed to use a knife? And this woman, she's like, he just wasn't a man, was he? And I was like, I don't know. You said it.
She said that to you?
Yeah. She was,
Okay.
we were having fun. She was being a little thing because she knew that you're supposed to sharpen this with a
Okay,
knife.
so wait, why did you buy a carpenter pencil?
Because I wanted to remember to talk about it.
Oh,
so it gets better.
better.
So I go outside
for this moment.
Now I've already bought the forklift thing. Okay, so I'm out the door, and we're having this conversation.
Request part. I don't even get that online. She's seen things go.
I don't know. The whole request was I was supposed to make a request, and her example was the pencil sharpener for this thing was the request that came in.
Okay.
And so I go, how much are those pencils? And she's like, oh, they're 52 cents. And then she's like, oh, no, it's 67 cents with tax though.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay. I go, I'm gonna go move my truck close so we can load the thing up, and I'll grab some money and I want to buy a pencil. So I get out, I move the truck in and everything. Well, this other woman walks out and she hands me a receipt with this pencil. And I go, oh, here's the dollars. Because I had the dollar in my hand, and she took it. She went back inside, came back out, and she goes, no, she bought you the pencil, and she just wanted you to have it. You made her day.
Oh my gosh.
And so I got the pencil for free. I attempted to kind of wave and say thank you and stuff, but she was already, engaging with the next. Yeah, she's ringing.
That is customer. Very sweet.
But anyways,
wow,
that's my fun story.
That is
for this
quite
week.
The story, and I didn't hear it until just now.
Yeah, I was saving it. I wanted to get the full time reaction.
When did you go and get this pencil?
Monday.
Oh, wow.
It was Monday morning.
4 days ago, you made a woman's day, and I'm just now hearing about it. That's awesome.
She wasn't my type, trust me.
Well, I shouldn't stereotype. I was going to say, I don't know what women look like that work at
Harbor Freight. Trust me, you cannot judge because
I'm not. There's probably some smoking hot ladies in there.
Yeah. It's like, I think that what they do is there's
they employ.
It's like, literally, this is gonna sound horrible. I feel like interviewing at like a Harbor Freight is like interviewing at Hooters, right? It's like, you're trying
They're
to get
like men are coming in here.
Yes,
we want, I get
and
it.
so it's like, hey, we have some criteria we'd like you to stick by, and we want to make this an enjoyable shopping experience.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Okay,
hey, it's not my policies.
Well, first of all, if you haven't seen a carpenter pencil, it's very interesting.
It's square.
Now I need to watch you sharpen it with a knife.
I'm going to put it in this cup holder, and we're going to stare at it for like at least a year.
Before we sharpen it?
We also got some great news on the SBA front this week. And so we have a soft approval and a meeting scheduled for next Friday.
Whoop, whoop.
And all that means is that they've looked at all of our numbers preliminary, and they said this is a loan that the SBA will do. So
nice.
I'm excited and nervous at the same time, but and I hope to be able to answer like in some of our other videos and stuff, like when people have questions about like the SBA and going through that process. I've only been through it one time many years ago.
One other time,
and got all the approvals and got to the end and just decided not to pull the trigger. So this will be the time.
Let's not make that happen.
No, this time we're going to have to pull the trigger.
Yeah,
and go for it.
Definitely, it'll be nice. So on your, I know we've been talking about fun anyway, but you've got pranks here, office pranks on your list.
Yeah.
And I feel like I have so many memories of funny office pranks. Nothing recently happened in this office, but it's making me think maybe we should do something.
Well, I was thinking about it because, this company is relatively young. We're going into our second year with the team. And so I think there's an element of it. So like we've kind of seeded like the fact that we did desk Halloween decorating and stuff, which is nice. And, I think I'm typically fun and shouting out weird things throughout the day. But I think everyone hasn't experienced, kind of some of the stuff that we could do and get away with.
I feel like we might have maybe I'm just losing my mind, but I feel like we might have mentioned this on another episode. But there was one time at my first of all, the typical, if you don't lock your screen, someone's changing your background, but you've got to be good enough friends with the person. You always know who did it, or a group of people that did it. And also it's like wildly inappropriate. So you've got to like trust, you got to truly be friends, because otherwise in today's world, someone would be like, HR. I
don't think so. Like,
locking your screen.
Oh my gosh. No one ever did that.
Oh,
Usually what we did is
no.
we put the unicorn man on everyone's
No,
screens.
no, no. Oh, you could change things for everyone. You could change like default working in IT and whatever.
No,
but
we would, the default thing, if someone left their screen unlocked, we would go over and we had.
But I'm not talking about you. I'm
an
talking about
image
my
that
old company.
Okay, well, I'm talking about our old company too.
Okay.
And so we would put the unicorn picture behind, which was a man dressed up as a unicorn, and we would make the background. And so you'd log back, you would not log in, you'd move your mouse, the screen would turn on, and Unicorn Man would be there. And you'd be like, oh, I left my screen on. And that was kind of the universal accepted thing. Like, and it was almost like this is the default picture that you would use.
It like teach you a lesson. Yeah, no, that's
To
not
teach you
what
a lesson.
happened. But also when both of us had different things happen when we left for long vacations. I had someone start planting seeds and growing grass in my keyboard. And when I came back, the grass was like 2 inches long. I went on like I think it was like
You went on a month-long
like
vacation.
a 2.5 week. Yeah, I went like all over
Africa.
Southeast Asia. No, that was Southeast Asia. Maybe it was Africa. Either way, both of them were about 3-week trips.
No,
but-
it must have been Southeast Asia because I remember the Africa one.
Yeah. So anyway, that was quite funny. I came back and was like, what in the world? There's grass in my keyboard. And then when you left, they took all of your keyboard,
All my
mouse,
peripherals.
everything, your headset, and they put it in like a fish tank of Jello. Yeah, they made Jello, put it in the fridge, and like had everything in Jello. And now
Suspended.
they wrapped it in.
They wrapped everything.
Yeah, so it was like
it
he had
was
to
all
dig
clean,
in
but I had
and
to, like,
get it
dig my
out.
hands
It was quite
in
the
and
scene. Everyone was laughing
pull
while they got it out.
the
It was
keyboard
funny.
out and the mouse and everything else.
I
It was
know.
pretty cool.
Yeah, you can appreciate. Someone's got to really love you to feel
Yeah.
like they want to have fun and do a prank.
And you have to be the type of person who's not going to really care.
Right, who's going to take it well.
Who's going to laugh and be
I
like, oh my
know.
gosh, this hilarious. I mean, we've covered people's on their birthday, like their entire desks in wrapping paper and cellophane.
Yeah. You do those sticky notes like everywhere.
Sticky notes. One of my old professors in college, he had like a bunch of one-liners. And one day we sticky noted his entire door with all these
Really?
one-liners.
Are you talking about Brody?
No. This is he used to call me Shoeless Joe.
Shoeless Joe?
Yeah.
Were you not wearing shoes?
Well, he's confiscated my shoes once.
Oh.
I went to military college.
Yeah, you were
so.
probably up to no good.
They had
I was
cracks
literally
on 'em.
just telling my mom the other day that she asked what the Aquaphor was for. And I said, oh, he's got really bad cracked heels. And I said, but he's a Florida boy. He's been walking around on black asphalt since he was like 1 year old and barefoot.
Yeah.
You never have shoes on. I mean, in the summertime, the lake, the pavement is scalding hot, 100 degrees.
I literally
and you
stopped
just,
wearing
like, walk
shoes
on
like
it.
Thursday evening.
What are you talking about?
When we go to the lake.
Oh, I
So,
thought
like-
you were just like in general in life. I was born on a Wednesday and I never put shoes again on after Thursday. Oh, that's funny. That's
no.
very funny. So you've also got weird world records on here,
Well, I was thinking
which
about
is Mr.
Mr.
Beast.
Beast.
Yeah. So I don't know if anybody watched the Beast games.
Did you watch Beast Games? Okay.
Oh, you did. Maria did.
Okay,
Okay. So,
okay.
well, and here's the thing. The guy's got a lot of followers. So even though it's on Amazon Prime, right?
Right.
Yeah. A lot of people, I shouldn't say a lot of people. It is not part of our typical habit to go to Amazon Prime for
movies,
shows
no.
or movies. Like Marvelous Miss Maisel is one that like I feel like a lot of people
did a
went
couple
there
years
for.
ago.
And it was popular amongst others. Like you would
Mm-hmm.
hear that they had watched it, but I don't often hear people being like, "Oh, I watched this series. It's an Amazon show." You know?
Well, it was enjoyable. One, first of all, I do follow Mr. Beast because I know that if I ever get approached in a grocery store and I am subscribed, I'm going to get 10 grand.
Right.
I'm going to get 10
That's
grand.
part of
so
it. He just
I'm
goes, "Do you
subscribed, so
follow
I can be
me?"
like, yeah, I follow
Yeah.
you. Where's my 10 grand? Like literally. And so we actually in Sarasota, believe
Well,
it
I
or not,
didn't
we have
even
producers
know-
here in town.
I didn't know who Mr. Beast was until this show came out.
Really?
Yeah, like you're the one who told me who he was. I didn't really understand.
I remember when he was much younger, because he's still a young dude. He's like, he might be in his late 20s, but he's been doing this since he was like 14.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it's kind of evolved over time. And anyways, I find it enjoyable. I find it to be clickbait. I really try to avoid it at all costs. But some of the stuff is enjoyable, and they give out cash nonstop.
Well, here's the thing. So he's made a ton of money, gotten a lot of followers over the years, but he put together this game show
Yeah.
where people are
Beast
just
Games.
essentially trying to get money.
It's kind of like Squid Games, but no one dies.
Right. No, it really is.
I mean, you kind of die because you get out of the game.
But it was absolutely insane. It started with 1,000 contestants.
1,000 contestants.
And it got down to obviously one.
World
but
record.
there was like money to be.
Most largest starting contestants.
I mean, he made so many world records. And like they said they blew their budget out. But it is interesting to be like, what did they make off of the viewership?
Can't find it. Or, can't really find a reference. Yeah, I Google it and try to figure out because really it's kind of like, and what they always say is like, oh, it's very vague. Like, okay, Amazon paid for this, Mr. Beast paid for this, and oh, Mr. Beast came out of pocket. But here's the thing is that all the excerpts, all the reruns, everything else. Yeah. I don't know if they get on his channel or show or whatever, but it just causes people to go watch him. It
was a $5 million grand prize that in the end, spoiler alert, ended up getting doubled. And it is insane to sit. No one's ever won that kind of money on a show before, but it did seem, well, I won't ruin it. I was happy with the winner.
I was happy with the winner as well.
Yeah, there was certain people where I
don't think we were happy with the island winner.
Not at all.
She just wasn't a very nice person. Did you agree? She seemed kind of mean. All right. We just want to make sure that we're not being judgmental here.
No, I don't want to say. I don't want to say anything bad about anybody. And you know what? You never know what a show does with an edit.
You're right.
So I'm not gonna.
I mean, we see what Maria does with our edits.
Yeah, she makes me look like shit. No, I'm kidding.
She does. No. I think she makes us awesome.
No, she does. It was a joke.
It's like she takes out all the boring parts.
And this is what I always say too. Like everyone's like, oh, the edit. You never know what they're going to do with the edit. It's like you don't, but also those are words you said. Can things be misconstrued? Of course.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it's still things you said.
So,
but you had it on there for world record. I don't know if you had anything special to say, but I
was just trying to think of some fun things that we could talk about. Because last week was like really dry, like tough. So I was
we're here for fun. Woo. But no, talk about one, like a marketing attempt. It's like you already got all these followers. Now you're going and you're like creating this show to bring even more followers to you, to build up your business even more.
And you know what? When I look at that, also I look at what drives people and consumers. And so right now we are actually working on the launch for Stay Cool franchising. And I literally bought a briefcase. I literally filled it with... Yeah,
you got some ideas from the
show.
I
filled it with, a couple $100,000 of fake movie studio money.
Yeah.
And so we're going to make a video basically saying, hey, you can take this and turn it into this.
Right. But what's so wild is the Beast Games is the psychological... They must have had quite the team of people to sit there and come up with the concepts for people to want to watch. Like, you're going to watch these humans.
But here's the thing is that he's been doing this for so long. Like, if you watch all his videos, they're all kind of like this.
Really?
This was like one big super version.
See, I didn't know him beforehand. But it's like...
And so they've already perfected like the greed, the desire, the challenge.
To know what
they will literally put a Ferrari in the field and they'll be like, okay, the last person, they put 20 people on it. Be like, okay, the last person to let go gets the Ferrari. And then he's like giving deals out along the way and be like, if you let go right now, Becky, I'll give you this briefcase for $20,000.
Right.
And you're like, oh, shit, I'm probably not going to beat these other people. I'll take the money.
Right.
Right. And then you might be like, okay, the first person to raise their hand gets it. And then two people go, but the first guy got it because they got cameras everywhere, and the second guy just loses.
Oh, is that?
Doesn't get
See,
it.
I didn't realize he did that.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, they truly have perfected the craft there, and I would say.
It is. Watching the show, you always sit there and you go, what would I do? Like, what would I do in that situation?
I would have screwed my entire team and taken $1 million.
At that one. Yeah. I mean, that was, and I think even he was shocked.
He was shocked
that no one took the $1 million. And I think he also was shocked when it doubled to 10. Like, I think those were two things he didn't think were going to happen in the show.
And they're shooting it. I mean, they're not reshooting everything. Everything's basically, it can be edited, but it's live.
Right.
So it's
sorry. We also watched Traitors. I don't know why this just made me think of it, but Dylan from Traitors, who is Zac Efron's brother. Yeah,
Dylan is Dylan Efron.
Yes,
Zac Efron. And someone made a comment like, "Yeah, he's like, oh, I grew up with an actor." And then someone made a comment. They're like, "Not a very good one."
And then in the reunion, they were like, "Okay, that was like an inappropriate comment." Look, Zac Efron doesn't give a shit what Bob the drag queen thinks of his acting because he's making a couple $1 million more than him
Zac
a day.
Efron's an amazing actor.
Yeah, but anyway,
I love that guy.
Well, and so Dylan, his brother, is great. This was kind of like his first thing on TV, and if you haven't seen Traitors, it's one of our favorite shows.
It is my new favorite show.
Yeah, you should go watch it. But it was funny because Dylan was on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen and Bravo. And he posted and was like, I don't know why I didn't realize that a show named Watch What Happens Live was actually a live TV show. So he was like on it, and Bravo like commented on his thing, and they were like, yeah, but you slayed. But it's so funny that he didn't know it was live. Like you sit here and talk about live
TV. Do they
TV.
actually watch the show right before that together, I wonder? Because we only see them afterwards.
Yes, because they say to them oftentimes in those interviews, so what did you think? And they're like, well, I just saw it. Like there was people on Below Deck in a relationship, but the guy made out with another girl somewhere else. And they were like, so what did you think? And she was like, well, I didn't know it was happening. And I just saw that it was. So it wasn't great, you know?
That's no bueno.
Anyway, I'm a Bravo.
Yeah,
Paul.
I would love to go to Bravo. We're going to go to BravoCon one year
day.
just for fun. It's like in Vegas probably or something.
I don't know where it is. I'd love
so
to go.
I'd kind of talk. You asked me just a question ago. And
Back to business.
You were like, why don't you listen to that podcast on the way to work?
Oh, yeah.
And one of my things down in business kind of discussions was just having quiet time. And so I would say that I'm kind of struggling right now.
Sorry, this just reminded me. I'm literally
struggling. Reminded you?
No, having quiet time.
Okay.
Well, I'll let you fit. I obviously can't have quiet time. I interrupted you in the middle of your conversation, but I was going to say, I keep telling you, I can't wait till our daughter is 4 years old because she'll fill every ounce of silence. And I was like, remind me when I say that, because I cannot have.
Because you ask questions and stuff, and I'll just kind of sit there and I'm pondering, right? I'm like, first of all, this is the reality for every man out there. A woman makes a statement and is looking for a response, and you might get one, you might not. If you want a guaranteed response, ask a question.
Why don't you respond every time I make a statement?
Because it's not a question.
Anyway, so in business, you need to have quiet time, which my point is I'm not very good at.
You're not good at quiet time. Now, I need quiet time in the morning. Now, my schedule before, I get up 5:36, kind of in that 1 hour. And then I would have at least 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours to do work quietly and kind of get my day up, test things, get things out. Now, since we've added a little one to the house, I have lost that 2 hours, and it is having a significant, much more significant impact for me
than you anticipated.
Than I anticipated there. And even though I get up in the morning, I'm really tired, and so I'm taking care of business.
She appreciates your
and
time.
then I ended just falling asleep with her because I've just lost, hours and hours of sleep. So I was just saying, like, it is amazing. Like when you're building a business and you start building a family, just the drain that it can have, not just during the time that you're, home or whatever, but, I'm working to try to find a replacement for that time. Like, I don't know the answer yet.
It's stressful and it's a hard balance. But like to your point, you were saying, I said, why don't you listen to the podcast? It's like you need your mind to be in a place you're utilizing those car rides now for thinking time and music.
Or I can't fall asleep at night because I'm thinking and basically coding or creating content in my head so that in the morning, it's like, I don't know. I think I work dream. Do you work dream?
Well, not anymore. I mean,
I work dream like a
but
champion.
I used to. When I was in like the top of my game when it came to marketing events and trade shows, I'm talking like 60,000 square foot booths that I like had facilitated every single piece and part to it. Before the show actually came, I was like building the booth in my head. You would get like 4 days of setup and I would every aspect of it. I was like, okay, do I have this piece? Did I pack this? Did I, same with like a party or a huge event, like a internal company conference. Like those are the things that really
they keep you up
me.
because there's a lot of tasks to do. But what I'm saying is like, if they come out with like the dream beanie where you put it on and it like captures your thoughts, I'm buying one.
Well, and
because
I used to.
It will be pure magic.
I know.
It'll be it's going to be a combination of things. There's going to be about 20% of pure insane magic that I'm inventing. Then there's going to be 50% of just insane, crazy thoughts.
Probably.
And then there's going to be like 20% of probably solving like the world problems, but half baked. Like just like, oh yeah, I wish people didn't throw away plastic. And oh, by the way, if you connect this molecule to this molecule, it dissolves it. Except I don't know what the molecules are. like something like that.
Well, I used to, and I still do, but I used to definitely wake up like throughout the night multiple times. And I used to email myself like every time I thought of something, I would just wake up and literally send myself an email. And then now I started just like a note in my phone, and it's kind of like ideas that come overnight. But again, I'm very fortunate. I'm not, while you're extremely stressed, I am actually in a very non-stressful period of time in my life.
That's good.
So I'm not.
Oh, she didn't add a lot of stress to you?
No, not really.
Okay. Yeah, it's just like taking care of a little person and keeping it alive. I mean,
I mean,
the
that
only
doesn't
thing
keep
that I
me-
get stressed about is
it
actually
doesn't
like
keep
hitting
me-
a head against a wall.
No,
or
I
something
don't
like
stress
that.
about that.
Yeah.
You worry about it. Surprisingly, I don't worry about those things. I don't,
Okay. I have one big topic left to kind of go.
Let's do it. I can't believe we're already at 40 minutes. Last week it was like 5 minutes past, and I thought it was never going to
Seriously, I was like, get me out of here. Like,
We-
exit stage life.
We
I
want to
was
get
actually-
out of our own podcast.
If I had someone who had a cane to just grab you and drag you off the set, I probably would have paid them and had them do it. It was pretty bad. Be like, yeah, hey folks, not sure what happened to her, but let's what's that song? Bringing Sexy Back from Justin Timberlake.
I'm bringing sexy back.
Yeah, it would have been
Yep.
kind of like that. Yep. And like, yeah, I don't know the song. I mean, I love the song.
So in your head, you're
By the way,
picturing that.
JT. Okay, like if we're looking at people that I would like, I wish these people were my friends. JT, wish he was my friend.
Well, no kidding. And he comes.
Zac Efron, wish he was my friend.
JT comes with Jimmy Fallon. They're like a duo.
Exactly.
Like what?
Because here's the thing.
Anyone that's friends
You're
with
gonna
those,
go
they're the
out
two
and
coolest
Jimmy's
people in the world.
It literally, JT's gonna be like, hey, Chris, I'll see you there. Hey, by the way, Jimmy has nothing to do. Do you mind if he comes? You know what? Yeah, might as well.
No, like Jimmy and JT, what a pair.
I know.
What a pair.
I know.
And Jessica Biel, like the wife. I mean, come on.
I never see her in the news or anything anymore.
No, because she's just like off being absolutely amazing with Justin. Like no one has anything bad to say.
I know.
Don't
I
say
remember
anything.
her when she was kind of
People
like
only
evil.
put-
She was
No,
on that,
she was
Yes, she was on that
never.
show where she's like the angry child.
No,
I'm like,
Seventh Heaven.
yes.
Seventh Heaven. When I see those
And I was just like,
faces,
oh my gosh, like
smiling.
I thought to
Beverly
myself,
Mitchell ended up being like, I mean,
who's that?
the other sister.
Okay, I
See, if you don't marry Justin Timberlake, no one remembers
no,
you.
Trust me, if you don't marry JT, no one knows your name. So
Anyway, go on. You have one more important thing to talk about. It was
It
not
was
being.
not that
It was not
important.
being best friends with JT.
No, we'll just call it a day.
What? What was
I think it was
it?
brand loyalty.
Well, Justin Timberlake is a brand in himself.
Yeah.
We're loyal to him and Jimmy.
Yeah. No, I definitely enjoyed their shorts and stuff like that. There was actually a video that I saw probably within the last month, and they were both caught, like they were in like a stadium, maybe a basketball game or something like that, and someone filmed them and they both did up and they did like some dance.
Like funny, like doing the
like
robot.
put a ring on it. I think they were doing that dance.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
See, they eat it. Like they play to it. Some people are
Yeah.
like, ew, get the camera out of my face. You know?
yeah, no.
It was funny.
I always look at like that one picture. This is just a fun. I'm glad that sometimes we need to have a thing where we just talk about nothing. But there was a
I feel like we
video-
talked about a lot of things. People care about pop culture. We're a little bit delayed in our pop culture, but there is a lot going on because it was just the
Super Bowl?
Emmys. It was the Emmys, wasn't it? The Emmys.
Okay, first of all, that dude that did the flip off of the
Benson
piano.
Boone. Didn't we already talk about him? But
I
that
don't
was
know.
not. That
That's
was the
amazing.
Grammys.
Okay, well, whatever. It was.
I'm pretty
amazing.
sure that was the Grammys. Benson Boone. I
know,
mean,
right?
We'll just talk about Epic. But that was his thing. When this song first came out, he was doing flips over the couch into the mirror and into the camera. And so he literally, I mean, if you didn't,
I've never seen a video. I've heard the song, but I don't watch music videos as much as I do. I'm going to do it after this. Yeah.
Anyway,
His name's Benjamin Button. What's his name?
Oh my
Benson.
God.
Benson.
Benson Boone. Benjamin Button?
Yeah, Benjamin Button.
Isn't he the small kid?
The Incredible Life of Benjamin Button.
Something like that.
Is that what it is? And he ages backwards.
Yeah, he's like really small.
Played by another amazing actor.
I don't know who.
Brad Pitt.
No.
Yes. Brad Pitt played Benjamin Button.
Whatever.
Brad Pitt played Benson Boone. Benson Boone.
Oh my God. I feel like that's how Benjamin Button talked.
I don't know. I don't know. Talk about branding and everything else.
No, but so if you haven't seen it, which I feel like literally you're under a rock if you haven't, but he was in this like pale blue, like Easter blue, just tight spandex full body suit.
Rubber.
It must have
Like a rubber
been.
suit.
Yeah, like leather. But anyway, he was in the crowd, started singing his song to go up for a live performance. I mean, someone like rips off his black tux and he's just in this thing underneath it, goes up on stage. But the timing, I mean, how nervous even if he's done a million flips a million times before, he walks up the piano and backflips off the piano. Like, and perfect timing for the heightening of the song. And it's, I've never seen anything more epic in my life in terms of like a live performance.
One of the most epic
for
things
like
I've
an
seen
entry.
from
It
like
was
an
like,
entry
wow.
for a song.
Yeah. Sure. You know, did Miley Cyrus swing on a ball? Was Lady Gaga wearing meat? Like, yeah, but can you backflip off a piano on cue?
Those don't make
pretty impressive.
Yeah. Is Miley still alive?
What?
Is she around?
Yes, don't talk about Miley like that. Of course she is. And I was
I don't know.
no, and she's really cool.
Is she?
Yeah.
Are you friends too? Who's that person that you
I
always
just
say
mean
is
like
your
she's
friend?
really like Robin Shaw,
Robin Shaw.
the comedian.
My friend Robin Shaw.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her lately.
These delusional women. It's like
Robin went and got a boyfriend.
I follow.
Robin got a boyfriend, which is great for her. I'm very happy
And
for
she
her.
stopped
But like,
posting as much.
no, she's still posting, but like for some reason I stopped following her as much.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's probably because we went to her second show and it was like her first show and we were kind of disingenuized. We were like,
No, you know what? These people like they got to make their way around. You know.
yeah, but if you make yourself back to the same place you started.
But you can't. You can't. No, we were in a different city.
Oh, we were.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can't blame her.
That's how hardcore we are. We went to. You know who we are? We're your girlfriends who go to Dave Matthews. We're like
Oh my
we're like Robin
gosh.
Shaw groupies.
I know. I have a couple of girlfriends who are die hard. I mean, got tattoos, met the band, like waited where they knew their bus was going to get off.
Yeah.
Stalkers.
We love you guys.
I know. Crazy.
All right, we got to get out of here because I have meetings that I've already missed because you showed up a few minutes late. But it's excusable. Excusable.
First of all, I'm going to leave you with this. Every mother knows I had a tragedy coming here. I hit every red light, and it was like I just.
But you have a camera now. Did you figure out how to hit the button?
I hit the button.
How do you like that new setup?
It's very nice. Thank you.
Did I wire everything up really nice for you?
Wonderful.
Do you like where I put the camera?
I love where it is.
I'm actually pretty impressed with everything.
We're talking about the car camera to see the baby. Technology is great.
Yeah.
Because instead of before I had a mirror and you can't see jack shit looking in your one rear view mirror into a
another
mirror in the back.
into another
so instead
seat.
you turn around and you still can't see and you're like cupping your face to try to block the light. Like, is she breathing? So instead I'm just at one of the busiest intersections in the entire world. And I'm doing like, what do they used to call it when you stop your car and you run around it? A fire drill?
A Chinese fire drill?
Yeah. I'm doing Chinese fire drills, checking on her at fucking intersections just by myself.
You need to be careful because people aren't paying attention.
Listen, I got
They
a
can hit
camera
hit
now.
hit
Thank
your
you.
door.
I got a camera.
Okay. All right. Don't do
Thanks
that,
for
please.
setting it up. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You didn't hear it here.
There's your public safety announcement. Don't do any Chinese fire drills.
See you guys next week.